Hello and welcome everybody. I am gonna be giving you guys a few good builds which I found for the MCII Mark II and pretty much all of its variants, not just like one or two variants, actually all of it. Because somehow I managed to make them all work fairly decently. I actually have the entire pack. I said actually 4 times this video already, that's pretty amazing. In any case, I'm gonna be providing you with the more or less optimized giant quotation marks builds for the MCII Mark II for each individual variant. Now let's get to the first one, which is the MCII one, where we have Dugos standard, double heavy large, and 2 ER mediums with a whole bunch of heat sinks, a token jump jet to get over those pesky pieces of terrain, and 4 tons of DOS ammo. Now the heavy large laser is actually pretty decent. It does a lot of damage, 18 damage for 16 heat, not the most heat efficient laser in the game, but it's still pretty decent. It synergizes really well with the clan ER medium in terms of range, not so much burn time, because the burn time is actually 0.2 seconds longer, but you can sort of play around it, because the heavy large laser has the highest damage per tick in the game for any laser, meaning that for each instance of damage that the heavy large laser does, it's the highest of any laser in any game, in this entire game rather. Alright, so yeah, I've actually managed to make this build work. I've gotten consistent 1k damage games in it, unless I fuck up or the team is like in Zimbabwe for some reason. Steel tree, obviously, since it has heavy large lasers, we sort of want to go for laser duration. This is pretty obvious. And double ammo capacity with all the heat gen nodes and all the cooldown nodes. Range is we obviously want range as well, because you know it's a laser board and it's a mid-range mech. The more range you have for a mid-range, the more range you have for a mid-range mech, the better. This is unscripted, and I'm also stumbling upon my words because it's 5:30 in the morning, and I wanted to record this video before I completely forgot about making it. Survivability tree for more armor in the arms, because you know those arms actually fall off fairly easily, and having more armor, that extra 5 armor does help a fair bit. We don't need mobility in the MCII Mark II. It's actually agile enough. I've not had any problems with its agility thus far, except for a bit of the XLD cell, which is sort of, well, it's sort of helped by the token jump jet, so you can kick turn and whatnot, which is really nice. Operations tree, I went for the 8% cooldown, and I had 1 point laying around. I didn't know what to do with it, so I put it into an extra quick ignition just in case I shut down. I guess that's useful. And for auxiliary, I went for double clue shot, double artillery. Now I would highly recommend investing the 7 points into the double clue shot, including the clue shot cooldown. And if you don't want to spend the points into double artillery, you could maybe spend it into more survivability. You spend it into like this, you could do something like this, take off the quick ignition, and go for the extra 2% cool run. That works as well, but it's up to you. So yeah, really good luck with this build. And moving on to the Wannabe Scorch. Now I say it's a Wannabe Scorch, but it's actually pretty good, and that's the 7th time I've used actually this video. So if you guys know, the standard Scorch build is double LB20 with quad SM6 Vardamus. Now I did downgrade the engine to an XL360 because I wanted more heat sinks. I wanted the token jump jet. The token jump jet pretty much makes the MCII Mark II anyway, and more ammo. So I have 4.5 tons of SRM ammo and 5 tons of LB20 ammo. Now I actually have a lot better luck with this mech, with the Scorch build, compared to the Scorch. And just the main reason is that, well, you don't really need to care about weapon clearance, because the LB20s are in the arm and are more or less top pit level, which is really nice. All the weapons are top pit level, and you can somewhat pop tart with the token jump jet depending on where you're pop tarting from. Alright, so onward to the firepower tree. Take everything once again, get the 10% heat, 10% cooldown, with neglecting some of the range nodes, because you don't really need that much range in a brawler. So that's what I did. I went through the LB spread node to skip through one of the range nodes, and then yeah, I wanted the magazine capacity. For survivability, normal, take the 16 points into armor that are easily accessible, no mobility, no jump jets. Operation tree for obviously increased tooling, so we can brawl a lot longer. And 100% mandatory, take the double clue shot in my opinion, because it's a high alpha, high heat build, and you pretty much need the coolant to cool off, because you don't have a lot of heat sinks. So you want to sustain a lot better, I would highly recommend double cool shot. Alright, onward to the MCII 4, which I sold, so I went to go through that because the MCII 4 was the only MCII variant which I couldn't really make work. Yeah. Anyway, onward to the MCII 4. I tried quite a few different builds in it, but this one's a weird variant. Like, you have 5 energy hard points, 2 ballistic, but the problem is one of the ballistics in the CT, so you're pretty much forced to take a machine gun, which is really stupid. And why would you take a machine gun in an assault mech? So what I did was I went for an XL400 and 4 heavy large lasers, which actually isn't that hard. It's not that bad. With the amount of heat sinks we have, it sort of runs fairly cool. Until the enemy team decides to push you, in which case, have fun. XL400, token jump jet, 4 heavy larges, 28 double heat sinks. What more do you ask for? Do I have every asymmetric armor values? No, I do not. Okay, I almost thought I had asymmetric armor values. For the firepower, we go for cooldown heat and laser duration, standard fare. Now the reason why I actually went cooldown on a laser mech is because, well, heavy large lasers take forever to cool down, and the faster you cool down the better. So that means that if I get rushed and I really need that extra burn, I need that next burn off, I can find the heavy large lasers 10% faster. Yeah, normal survivability tree with the 16 points into armor. Operations, I actually had like enough points left over that I went for the extra 2% cool run. But other than that, it's pretty much your normal operations tree. And for auxiliary, it's still gonna be the same for almost every single mech: double two shot, double artillery. Now we're gonna move on to the what pretty much replaces the Kodiak 3. In my opinion, the MCII Mark II with WX10, WX5. Now, you may be looking at this build and say, Juju, it has no heat sinks. But why? But how? It actually runs fairly cool. Not on hot maps though. Like on hot maps, you didn't actually have the heat start building up. But this is why you have double cool shot. It's not that bad. So I went for the WX5, WX10, and you mount the UX10s last because the last mounts are the higher mounts, so you didn't see the UX10s on top. I have 6 tons of UX10 ammo, and I forget how many tons of UX5 ammo I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 6 tons of UX10 ammo and 5 tons of UX5 ammo, which I find to be a good balance of ammo because I've actually managed to consistently break 1500 damage in the MCII Mark II in CW, specifically CW, disclaimer alert. Yeah. So I went with the targeting computer Mark III because as I was having trouble landing my shots with all the TC, and when I put the TC Mark III, I've been landing my shots more consistently and thus doing a lot more consistent damage, therefore resulting in higher average damage values. Also, token jump jet, always have the token jump jet. Engine got downgraded to a 350, but you only lose 1.8 kph anyway, it's not that big of a deal. And if you think you can aim well enough without the TC, helping you with the projectile speed of the autocannons, you can drop it and possibly add like another 3 more heat sinks, which should help you a fair bit. But yeah, it's my build. We're gonna look at the skill tree real quick. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, Applejack paint scheme on this mech gives this mech stripes. So I paint the stripes white, and then I call this mech Adidas. Slavic memes. So anyway, the skill tree. Range is not much of an issue, so we skip the range notes here. Went for 10% cooldown, 10% heat gen, standard fare, normal shit. Also went for the velocity notes as well, because, well, the faster your autocannon shells travel, the more easily you hit the target, so more consistent damage and easier to execute damage. I'm not sure if that's actually correct phrasing or not. Yeah, so better performance. So we have the magazine capacity over here because it's a UX mag. You want all the ammo you do have. You want a lot of ammo. It's like 5:30 AM. I'm stumbling across my words. I should go to bed after this, but I wanted to record this video before I forgot about it. And in case, the 15% UX gem duration reduction is pretty useful. 15% is a significant percentage. I have not really noticed a difference personally. That's because I'm not actively looking for a difference, but I think it's very helpful. And if you're running a whole bunch of autocannons, I would say that these notes are actually worth it now. They're not useless, which is really nice. Survivability standard, 16 points into armor. I actually went into operations here because, well, Even though I don't have a lot of heat sinks, what else am I going to spend these points on? I just used to drop these nodes and spend it more into survivability. But I don't know, I've not really found the problem with the MCII Mark II's tankiness, so I just went into more heat efficiency to fire more often. And also double two shot, double artillery. Mandatory double two shot in my opinion. I was gonna say something and then I completely forgot what I was gonna say. So we're gonna move on to the last MCII Mark II, which is gonna be the Death Strike, if this menu works. Now, the Death Strike build, as most of you have seen, is gonna be 6 medium lasers and dual gauss. Now I did take a little bit of a spin onto it with a slightly larger engine. We upgraded from a 360 to a 375. It's really nice, and obviously dual gauss 6 ER mediums, 4.5 tons of ammo, and 19 double heat sinks. Now, if you do not have the money for a new engine, which I know a lot of you do not have money to actually to upgrade your mechs, you should still stay with the stock 360 engine. You miss out one heat sink, sure, but then after that you could go for another half ton of DOS ammo, and you can put an extra jump jet inside if that's worth anything, and you can max out your leg armor however much you like. So the stock engine will work well with this. I just went for the 375 to put the extra heat sink in it. In any case, this is the build. We're gonna move on to the skill tree. Laser duration, of course, this was standard. Went for the magazine capacity, so we have more DOS rounds, and I have ran out of DOS rounds fairly often. 10% cooldown, 10% heat gen, all of the range nodes very useful. Oh man, these range nodes are fucking brilliant, especially since that ER mediums got back their double range. It's really nice to be able to poke from so far. It's great. I invested the well, 17 points this time into survivability because I had one extra point that I didn't know where to spend it in. I just had to spend it into recognition. Yeah, let's just do that. This is our normal operations tree anyway, so don't really need to show that. And of course, double two shot, double artillery. Now, if I missed anything and you require and you want to ask more questions, you have any inquiries, do comment down in the comment section down below. I'll be happy to answer almost any of your questions. And yeah, do let me know what you're doing for the MCII Mark IIs. Hopefully it's not a weird bracket build and not a really bad build that you think is good. Please no. Leave a rating on the video if you liked it, like it, dislike it, perfectly fine. And yeah, like I said earlier, share with me your builds, and with your inquiries down in the comment section below. Hope you enjoyed the video and take it easy. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye bye.